Well, Senator Van Hollen is outraged by the murders. He doesn't believe the Israeli government is doing enough to free the hostages. And he suggests using U.S. military aid to Israel as a bargaining chip. Maryland U.S. Senator Chris Van Hollen says he's horrified by the news that Hamas murdered 6 hostages. He confides the murder of Hersh Goldberg Poland is especially hard.
I've met his parents on a number of occasions, including in Israel, but my heart goes out to all 6 families on the murder of their loved ones.
Israelis took to the streets for an hours-long mass protest, calling on its government to end the war and to free the hostages. Here in the U.S., Van Hollen has led the charge in the congressional effort to create a 2-state solution.
We hope that out of this really dark tunnel, we can get some glimmer of hope. That would include more security for Israel by ensuring that Hamas does not, govern or have any, presence in Gaza, and to try to bring Saudi Arabia to the table to normalize relations with Israel as we also create a Palestinian state.
President Biden on Labor Day met with the U.S. team participating in the deadlocked hostage negotiations. Van Hollen told us what he would do if he had a seat at the table.
I would do what the president did today, which is urge all the parties to take this moment, this terrible moment, to bring an end to this war and bring the hostages home.
How can Israel end the war honorably and save face?
Well, the way to end this war is to accept the proposal that President Biden has put on the table.
Biden told reporters Monday that the Israeli prime minister is not doing enough to negotiate a deal to get the hostages freed. Van Hollen suggests one unofficial bargaining chip to do that and end the war could be the U.S. military aid package to Israel.
My view is that as the United States provides our partner Israel with assistance, that it be a two-way street and that they work with us to achieve the president's goal of a 2-state solution.
Coincidentally, Britain announced Monday that it is suspending the exports of some of the weapons to Israel. Officials cite concerns the weapons could be used in violation of humanitarian law. Reporting live from Columbia, David Collins, WBAL TV 11 News.